Ever since I was a kid, I've always wondered what life after death was like. One day, my wondering almost became reality. I fell off a wall and on impact, I seen myself lying there. So in 2005, I created a group of paranormal investigators. We set out on a journey to capture and document all things paranormal. These are our paranormal case files. On this episode of Paranormal Case Files of P.P.I, the team travels to Fishkill, New York to investigate the VanWyck Homestead Museum. This Dutch colonial house was built by farmer Cornelius VanWyck in multiple phases, beginning with a simple 1 to 3 room dwelling in 1732 and ending with an elaborate addition sometime before 1757. When Fishkill was chosen as the site of a supply depot to serve the northern branch of the Continental Army during the Revolutionary War, the home became headquarters of the sprawling complex. It was visited by numerous dignitaries including George Washington, the Marquis de Lafayette, Alexander Hamilton, and John Jay. Here also occurred the mock trial of the Continental spy Enoch Crosby, upon whose exploits James Fenimore Cooper allegedly based protagonist Harvey Birch in his novel The Spy. Today the home contains original woodwork, relics from the depot, 18th and 19th century furniture, and portraits by noted itinerant painter Ami Phillips. Displays also highlight various colonial crafts including woodworking and weaving. Will the team be visited by someone in the past? Stay tuned to find out on this episode of Paranormal Case Files and P.P.I.
Hi, I'm Aura with Poughkeepsie Paranormal Investigators. How are you?
Okay.
And could you introduce yourself and tell me what your role is here tonight in the facility?
I'm Steve Lynch. I'm president of the Fishkill Historical Society. And this is the VanWyck Homestead built in 1732, which is our Historical Society's headquarters. Here in Fishkill, New York. I've been involved since, I guess, the year 2003 as on the board of directors of the Historical Society. And in 2010, I became president of the Historical Society. The VanWyck Homestead was preserved back in 1962. They were going to tear it down for a cloverleaf exit ramp off Interstate 84, okay? But fortunately, people realized that it was a historic site. You had George Washington, Marquis de Lafayette, Alexander Hamilton, John Jay, Israel Putnam. Putnam County is named after him. All these historic heroes of the Revolutionary War were here. And anyway, they petitioned Albany. In fact, I just heard recently that they had like 25,000 signatures on a petition that they gave to Governor Nelson Rockefeller back in the 60s, and so it was a grassroots efforts, and they formed the Fishkill Historical Society and saved the house from being torn down. So
Wonderful. Thank you very much.
in fact, this year, 2012, was our 50th anniversary of the Historical Society.
Very nice. It's wonderful you guys did that. Since you've been here, how long have you been working here? Since 2000?
2003, I got involved with the board of directors.
Okay. Okay, and that was right here? Or was that?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I was just checking to see how many years you were here. That's great. So, but since you've been here, have you experienced anything that might be peculiar or odd or something you really can't explain?
Just one incident. I was here the one day, and a young boy's father, the boy who works here with us, Joey, his father was looking at the front door and weighed down a memorial plaque and read it, and it says, "In memory of Eugene Coleman." I think it had his dates from 1905 to 1977 or 1978.
Okay.
And he asked me who Eugene Coleman was. And I said, I don't know, I've never heard of him. I've been involved for several years, but his name never came up. And a little while later, Joey and I'll say 15 minutes later, we were upstairs in the attic and moving some file cabinets, and all of a sudden something fell out of the file cabinet and fell onto the floor, and I bent down to pick it up, and lo and behold, it was a nameplate, about an inch long, half inch high.
Okay.
and it said Eugene Coleman. And a chill went up my spine. I was like,
I bet.
what is this, all right? So I then investigated and found out who he was. And it turns out that he was actively involved with the Historical Society, with preserving the VanWyck Homestead back in the 60s and into the 70s. He was like a maintenance man and would help out, woodworking or whatever. And was one of the people on like the Building and Grounds Committee or something, who paint it and do whatever needs to be done as maintenance to maintain it. And my impression was that maybe it was his way of saying, hey, I'm here and I'm looking after the house and everything's okay. So that's my only personal experience.
Yeah, and then since you were asking, I have no idea, and people were asking, he probably wanted to let you know who he was. He was a very important part of the facility.
Mm-hmm.
So that's wonderful. Now that we're here tonight, we're going to be here for a few hours and checking everything out. Is there anything specific you would like Poughkeepsie Paranormal investigators to find out for you if give it a shot?
Well, other than the fact that maybe, is it haunted? Again, my only personal experience was this Eugene Coleman incident. I know some people have said they've been here and they heard footsteps in the hallway and upstairs, and I think it was Joey said that he heard someone whisper, hey Joey, to him, and no one was there in the room. So people have had experiences that are, if you will, unexplained. Okay, so
you would like us to see if we can find out what they are?
Yeah, I'm open. I have an open mind to it, all right?
Good, good. Well, thank you very much, and we will certainly do our best for you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Very good.
Hi, I'm Ara with the Poughkeepsie Paranormal Investigators. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, thank you. Could you just introduce yourself and then give us some idea what you do in this facility?
Okay, my name is Joey Cavassini, and I'm a tour guide and historian for the Fishkill Historical Society, which owns and operates the VanWyck Homestead Museum.
Wow, a lot of work.
Yes.
How long have you been doing this?
3 years now.
3 years. Okay. Could you give us a little bit of history, briefly, a little bit of history of the facility?
Yes. In 1732, a man named Cornelius VanWyck came up from Long Island, and he built a small three-room house, which is the smaller part of the house which you first see, in 1732, and he purchased 959 acres of land from Madame Brett. As the family grew, so did the house. In 1757, Cornelius's grandson Isaac VanWyck built the bigger part of the house, which we're currently in now, and added several different modifications to the house, like crown molding, federal style molding, and fireplaces and stuff like that.
Wow.
And during the American Revolution in 1776, the surrounding 70 acres of land of Cornelius's farm was taken over by the Continental Army, and this house was the headquarters for General Israel Putnam, and one of the many settings for James Fenimore Cooper's book, The Spy, A Tale of the Neutral Ground, where Harvey Birch is convicted as a spy. And the house has been in the VanWyck family for 150 years, until the suicide of Sidney E. VanWyck, around the 1880s, around that time period. And then the house was sold at auction a month later, and that was sold then to the Eustace family, and Miss Eustace turned the house into a tea room. This room, which we're in the library, was sort of like a kitchen, and the window over to my right was a door out to the side porch where Eleanor Roosevelt had tea.
Really?
And then in the 1950s, the Snook family then had the house, and they were trying to sell the house. They had no avail. The house then became abandoned, and then at that time, Interstate 84 was coming through, and this was going to be the site of the Cloverleaf exit. Fortunately, in 1962, 50 years ago, the Fishkill Historical Society was formed, saved the house officially in 1970, and is now our home, our museum, and our restoration. So myself and our many other dedicated volunteers are here trying to keep the history alive here at the VanWyck Homestead Museum.
Wow, you're doing a great job, though.
Thank you.
Great job. Okay, now to get on the idea of, spirits and ghost hunting and so forth. Have you experienced anything that's been a little odd, a little weird?
Yes, three things in particular. One of the most scary things for me was I was locking up after a tour day, and Steve Lynch, our president, was giving a tour in the military room, and I was in the 1732 part of the house, two different sides of the house. And I was up in the 1732 attic, which happened to be the room of Sidney VanWyck. And as soon as I got up to the top of the stairs, I was making sure everything was fine. I was about to go back down when I hear someone whisper my name, "Psst, Joey." So I look around, and all the different rooms and everything. We have two rooms up there, and no one was there. Went back down the stairs, and no one was there. The tour was still going on in the other part of the house. So that was one thing. It wasn't anything evil, or it was almost like someone was talking like this.
Okay,
You know?
like a whisper.
Yeah, like a whisper. The next one, it was actually my dad, who's not a member. I sort of suck him into these things. He was cleaning the gutters in the house, and everyone was outside, and I was down in the basement, and I hear footsteps up in the hallway above. So I go up the stairs, look around, no one's there. Okay, I go back down, I continue to hear footsteps, but they're slowly fading away, so that was another. And then, like, my second tour day ever. So this is like 2010. And my dad was dropping me off, and there's a nameplate above the knocker on the front door. It says, "In memory of Eugene Coleman." My dad asked to Steve, "Who's Eugene Coleman?" He didn't know, I didn't know. Not even 2 minutes later, we go up into the attic, the 1757 attic, and we were going to take a picture of the two fireplaces, the two chimneys coming together, remove a filing cabinet, and what comes out right in front of me facing up is the nameplate of Eugene Coleman.
Interesting.
So yeah, that was all three. Who knows, we might have something tonight.
That's it. So what are you looking for P.P.I. to do for you tonight?
I would like to know who is here, who is haunting our VanWyck Homestead. Was it one of the family members? Was it Eugene Coleman? Was it one of the soldiers who died here during the Revolutionary War years? I would like to know possibly who, is haunting us.
Okay. Well, we'll do our best. See who wants to come out and play with us tonight. Okay. Very good.
Thank you so much.
First, VanWyck Homestead in the attic.
EP session, VanWyck Homestead in the attic, the new attic.
Lots of traffic.
Yeah, you just gotta keep in mind of that. We're not too far from interstate.
Anybody in here want to talk to us tonight?
It's gonna be rough for an EVP session up there.
Just cars.
Hmm?
The cars.
Yeah.
Alright, listen, we're not gonna mean to yell or speak loud to you. There's just a lot of noise outside that we want to make sure that you hear us and understand us. If there's anyone in here that would like to speak to us, state your name.
You can speak right here into this red light, and we can hear you.
Both R and Jackie are holding the same thing. They're able to hear you.
Keep your eye over there, that window over there that looks like it's going diagonal. There's a white box
Yep,
right next to it. Right there.
I see it.
There's something walking by that, and it's not, and I kept telling Mikey,
Is there anyone back here that would like to communicate with us? My name is Jimmy, R and Jackie and Mike. Don't be afraid of us. After all, you served in a few battles. You defended this land. I'm sure you're not afraid of us. Can you give us your name, your rank, What side were you on? It's a car horn. Are there any British enemies here? We understand that there could possibly be native land here as well. If there's anyone here at all that understand what I'm asking you, can you please confirm that by lighting this green light up? Come step near it, put your hand near it. Give us some kind of sign, knock on something, yell as loud as you can, do anything you gotta do to get our attention.
I'm seeing things. Something, a flash just happened right down there. Nobody took a picture over there?
No. Nobody
Okay, a
has
big
anyway.
flash hit right there.
A flash?
A flash, like a, you know, that fast.
Nobody has a camera or nothing?
No, and that's why I looked at you guys to see if you had a camera. And
Are
it
you
was,
over here?
It was right there. Right there. And it was a little white flash.
Anybody bump into this mannequin?
No.
Is it shaking or is it me?
It's shaking.
Oh, it's moving.
It's definitely moving.
Is that you that just moved the mannequin?
Are you touching it, Jimmy?
I'm not there.
Do the floorboard thing, see?
Mike, stand by, because I wasn't moving.
It's still moving.
Yeah, did you just bump into that one though?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, because that one's starting to move too.
See, that's not even him jumping didn't make it move. It's
No?
not.
You didn't bump into it? That one just started moving.
No, I didn't touch it. I went like this.
Yeah, see.
I got it on
Are
camera.
they moving or is it just
Yeah, no,
my
It's
vision?
moving. She's moving.
I'm filming. I got it on camera. I didn't touch it.
I appreciate you doing that for me. Can you do it again? Just go near it, that's all you have to do.
Are you scared of us? Are we crowding you?
Thank you.
I didn't even see it. Are we crowding you in here? We're sorry. Oh, thank you.
Do you want us to back away? If you want us to back away, light it up.
Okay, we're backing. I'll say the front room,
the meeting room.
the meeting room.
Yeah, this is the meeting room.
EVP session in the meeting room.
UVP session in the meeting room.
Hello, my name is Jimmy.
My name is
Jackie R. Mikey's here with us. We have several different devices and meters with us that you may not be familiar with. There's one over there by the fireplace. I'm holding one. It's called a K2 meter. What it does is it measures electromagnetic fields. And you're able to manipulate that field by stepping in front of it or touching it. R and Jackie also have recorders. What they do is record your voice. These ones are pretty special. They can actually record your voice in real time. And they can actually hear you. So if there's anyone here that might have something to say to us, a message to relay, feel free to do so. None of this can hurt you or harm you in any way. Those aren't our intentions.
Excuse me, Jimmy. Did you guys hear a knock?
I heard
Like a wooden knock.
Yeah, I heard like a ticker.
Tick,
knock
tick.
or
But it
something.
sounded like a wooden, like somebody
Yeah.
knocked on, like a,
Like
Yeah.
a mallet type thing.
and I was trying to manipulate the chair and,
No, it wasn't the chair. I heard it.
okay. at least-
It kind of sounded like a mallet hitting.
Yes, it might have been that.
I mean, I did pick it up and do it. You
No,
know, but
just
that's,
now.
yeah, no, this is after, or before rather, I mean.
I've got one down here by the whipping tree, bracket restraint. So if you by chance were part of one of the poor people that got,
Did you just hear it first week?
yeah, I did.
Nobody's moving.
I'm not,
It's not me leaning or nothing.
no. If you were on the whipping tree, could you light those lights up, please? We're very sorry that happened.
Defend your fort.
What was
Did you hear,
that?
I don't know, did you hear something?
Yeah.
It said like no or something.
It was like from over there. It sounded like it was from over
I
there.
didn't hear it.
You didn't hear
I
it?
heard that.
I heard it.
You heard it too?
Yeah. It was like,
Yeah, it sounded like no or something.
it sounded like it came from where Art was sitting.
By Art, right?
Yeah.
Are you seeing anything down there?
Yeah, I keep on thinking
Yeah,
I
me
see
too.
something.
I
I don't know.
In the other room, right by that, that round table?
Yeah, right there.
On the floor, I keep thinking I
Like a
see
shadow.
black
Yeah,
drawn this way.
like somebody's silhouette walking past.
Exactly,
Yeah.
but it's low.
All right, let me just make sure there ain't no creepy critters down here first.
Or dolls.
Like mice. Yeah.
Any dolls?
No, I don't think there's gonna be
Any
any dolls down
mannequins?
here.
Mannequins?
Stuff back there.
They seem to linger. Watch that wire, guys.
Going in there, Mikey?
I am, yeah. I gotta follow the leader.
I wanna see. I think they dug out that big hole to run them copper pipes right there. For that outside.
What's that blue one?
But they really tore up this
Oh, these
foundation here, made it loose, very weak.
Okay, I'm gonna.
But it goes, yeah, they knocked out the whole foundation here just to run these copper pipes. Is there like a stick or something, man?
Where?
Anywhere that I could use to wipe these cobwebs off?
No.
Oh, there's one right there, but it's after. I don't want to. Don't touch your head, Jimmy. My back just touched the crap out of me. Look like Shrek trying to get these cobwebs out of here. I want to get back here, man. What's this say? Power to zone boulevard or something? The lengths good investigators go to try to get good evidence.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
What is that?
Sounds like a cow.
It kind of, yeah, like that, or a vacuum or something.
Like a,
Yeah, yeah.
I wouldn't think we could hear a car down here. It sounded like a cow. Maybe that's what I'm seeing down there. Maybe that's what's so big. Sydney, you bringing the cows in? I know it's getting winter time. Maybe you're bringing the cows in?
How about pouring us a glass of wine?
I could use it right now. Yeah, all the time that you guys were back there, we were so spooked. I had never felt that spooked in my
Really?
life. And then those were lighting up, answering our questions, and as soon as you came out, everything went flat. Everything like got lighter.
Are you intimidated by us? Huh? You don't have to be. We just want to talk to you. You understand that you were in some heavy debt. What is it that made you go into debt?
Did you hear something, Jackie?
It's a phone shutting off.
No, I know that. No, it wasn't a click. It was like a. But I don't know if that was the furnace doing something or what.
No, I didn't hear anything like that.
Oh, just lit up again.
You want a K2?
Have one.
Okay.
I need some audio though. Here, Mike, give me that camera. I'll hold it on myself. I'll just hold it. Yeah, I got it.
You gonna tell Jimmy what that room is?
Alrighty, so here I am. Is somebody shining flashlight or something?
No.
Alright, so this is Jimmy in the, I'm not quite sure what room this is. It's like the, I don't know, maybe a hideout or something. It's got a, looks like what would be a fireplace. Nothing else over there, it's just, it ends over there. And nothing over here. But if there's anybody in here that would like to talk to me, can you do so? Can you let me know what this room was used for? We know that this building is of the Revolutionary War and Civil War era. Perhaps there's some soldiers that were held captive in this room. You would like to tell me a story? Say something. I'm not here to cause you any harm. You don't have to be afraid of me. I have a meter in my hand here with a green light on it. If you try to step near it or touch it, it lights up with a lot of different other color lights. It just indicates to me that something is here trying to communicate with me, and it gives me confirmation. So please feel free to do that now.
Is there anyone in here tonight that would like to talk? Specifically to me? If so, the best way to let me know that you want to talk to me is if you say so. Light this meter up. Don't be afraid. It's just a light. And what it does is, it lets me know that you're here with me. So like I said, there is somebody down here that would like to talk to me. Let me know. Light this meter up. You don't have to be afraid. Just here to talk to you. Simply, to document your presence. Disappoint me. I ain't getting none. I've been here. I've been around this whole place. I ain't really getting anything. It's quite frustrating. Let's join the rest of the team.
Just get stuck in there. Sorry, Mike, I'm blowing that in your face.
It's like it's on coming in and out. Oh. Just shut that door. You can stop that.
Here, I can't see. Could have sworn I heard someone coming up after the stairs, man.
What do you mean?
I don't know.
Just now?
It was freaky. No, when I was in there, and it came out, how the stairs creak?
Yeah.
Got this weird, feeling on the back of my neck, and I'm like, yo, no, I can't see. That's why I said
that's
that.
why I told you.
Yeah, it was weird, man. Like somebody was coming. I normally never get...
after us, right?
Yeah, I normally never get paranoid. Never. I don't know what the hell happened. Kind of scared me a little bit.
In the basement, it's pretty closed off. It just looks like there's a fireplace or possibly a wood-burning stove. It's made out of bricks and cement. I went in there by myself, closed the door, tried doing a little EVP session. While I was in there, had a K2 meter trying to see if anything would manipulate it. Unfortunately, it didn't, but as I was in there, it kind of felt as if I was being closed in, kind of claustrophobic. It just kind of felt a little odd, a little strange. Usually I could tolerate it, but unfortunately this time I just had to, open up the door and get out of there. Then met up with my teammates, and we headed upstairs where one of our investigators, Mike, had an experience as he was walking up the stairs, he was the last one out. He went to go close the door, and he felt as if something was coming up the stairs after him, or he just felt a not presence. He kind of freaked him out, so he called me over and needed my assistance on helping him close the door. So, you know, as far as tonight goes, tonight's investigation, so far I must say that, you know, we have some pretty good evidence, you know, as far as personal experiences. We'll have to analyze and go over all the footage and audio to see if we actually captured anything. So we'll have to let you know about that another time. But as for now, our personal experiences are pretty cool.
I had the camera in my hand, and so I'm walking up the stairs backwards, and Jimmy, you know, tried to scare one of our teammates, and that didn't work. You know, failed plan. But as the teammates were walking up the stairs, you know, I was the last to leave, you know, making sure they got the light and, you know, whatever they needed to get up the stairs and, you know, out. And I'd say, you know, after the last person, you know, from the team, you know, went through the doorway to get out of the basement, you know, I went to go, you know, leave and reach behind me and shut the door, because the way I was sitting or standing was, you know, angled down the stairs to make sure, you know, they got up, like I said, and, you know, they got out. And what I did was actually, you know, I went like this, took the camera, held the camera, and held it with this hand. And they would close the door with this hand. And, you know, to be honest, I got the shit scared out of me. You know, I thought, you know, something was coming up, you know, get that, like, deep, weird feeling, like somebody's breathing down the back of your neck. So, you know, I'm like, nah, you know. So I left, and I went to go get Jimmy, team leader. And I'm like, I can't see, you gotta help me shut the door. And so, you know, we went over, shut the door, and I told him, like, dude, you know, I went to go shut the door, and I got scared. You know, so it was a weird feeling, and I never, you know, get paranoid on, you know, investigations, but tonight was just, you know, it's definitely something different, and I got scared.
Jack and I were standing there, and we were seeing a lot of shadows. We were seeing a lot of what to me was something was right here, and I kept trying to swipe it away, whatever it was, and I've turned the flashlight on, there's nothing. And it was just a heaviness, very thick, and almost as if something was trying to intimidate us, trying to antagonize us, and was trying to overpower us in some way. It was just like in our faces, and then went backed away, in our faces and backed away. And because what I was seeing was a shadow against, and then there was some lights, and then I didn't see the lights anymore, and I felt something like right here, like right in my face, and almost, I don't know if it wasn't an angry, it was more of an intimidating. He tried to get the best of us, and then but as soon as you guys came out, it was like totally backed off.
It was like a really heavy feeling. It was just like I kind of couldn't breathe, and I was like getting a headache. And when Jimmy and Mikey went in that back room, me and Ara were just down there by ourselves, and we just started to get kind of freaked out because we could see, like, on the back wall there was light, and then it would just get blacked out, but there was nothing causing that. And when we asked if Sydney was down there, the K2 started lighting up, and then we continued to ask questions, and we asked if he had killed himself, and it lit up to 4. And then we were asking how he did it, and that's when Jimmy and Mikey came into the room, and as soon as they came into the room, it was kind of like the energy just like let up, and it wasn't like that heavy like pressure that was on us like before, because we were getting ready to go upstairs.
What were your branches of government?
I would assume that was a natural creek sound.
Were you Confederate? What colony did you belong to? You know, for being, you know, here, like right next to, you know, 84 and all that, you really can't hear the cars.
Yeah.
Yeah, surprisingly.
And then we're like right here, but, you know, upper floor, we could hear them like, you know,
Only
they're
when
right
you're on
there.
the real time, you know.
Amplifies a lot. Maybe we should dress like them. Get a Confederate, you know.
EVP session in the old section in the attic.
EVP session in the old attic.
Lots of cobwebs.
Is there anyone up here who would like to talk to us? You can speak right here into this red light that I'm holding. And Aura also has one in her hand. Is Sydney up here?
What's that ticking?
I don't know, I hear that though.
I don't hear anything.
You don't hear
I
the
hear it.
ticking?
It's like tick, 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 tick.
Jack, you got my flashlight?
It's a bomb.
I hear that.
What is it?
Where's that coming from? You don't hear that?
I do
No,
now.
really.
It's like tick, 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 tick. Right?
Is it done?
Timer?
Yep, a timer.
What the hell?
Did you?
How? It's not.
That's what it was though.
It's still going though.
And it's on empty?
Yeah, there's none there. Look,
Wait.
it's on 0. I just turned it to 0,
And it's still going.
and it's still going. It's making.
You're,
Is that a door to another room? What the hell is that?
I can't see anything.
it's probably into this thing.
No, that door.
No, it's
It's a
it.
door.
Yeah, it's just a door leaning up there. Yeah, what's over here?
I can't see anything.
I can't see anything either.
Watch your step.
No. I hope I don't fall through this roof though.
Yeah, I wouldn't go back there.
Let me get a light. Ow. It just goes to nowheres.
Years old. Here to the Old Dutch Reformed Church of Fishkill and to the rural cemetery. The gently falling snow, muffling the snow, carriages and spreading the mental lightness, riding over the fields and up these mountains. And I should have seen it. God bless you. Again. Was the last member of the VanWyck family to occupy the homestead. He'd taken his own life by hanging himself in the barn, depressed over business troubles and a lonely life.
Watch that comb, watch that comb, watch that comb. I put that
It's a
there.
dunce cap.
Did you put it there?
Yeah, I put that there.
That thing did, boy.
It's not
Yeah,
safe, that's why I put that there. I'd get off of that.
No, that's alright, because there's a beam. You can see the beam.
Oh, Sandy got on it?
Sydney, we're so sorry that you were so depressed.
Where's the barn?
It's down.
Oh, is it? Where was it though?
It was way over yonder,
Really?
way over. You were very depressed, Sydney, were you?
Now that's the guy who
Did you
has
not-
debt, right?
Yeah. You had some
He owes me a
financial
couple
troubles?
bucks.
Right there.
Twice. Yeah, right here is backwards, so you see you put a 2 EV instead of an SEV.
SEV.
Yeah, but that one right there is 2 EV.
Oh yeah, the one on top.
Yeah, right here.
But nobody wants us in 30 minutes of beep.
Exactly.
Sydney, can you talk
So I
to
think
us, please?
slip up here and there is good.
We're very sorry that you you felt necessary to hang yourself. Are you positive that you hung yourself and you were not hung? Did somebody hang you because you owed so much money? That's what the story is for one of the town historians. That you had a lot of people after you and they hung you. Is that what happened?
You gotta talk to us here. The only way to do that is to talk into these two devices that these lovely ladies are holding.
You could have worked for all those people. Work your debt off.
We've been bartering,
Yeah.
you know, trade. There's always a solution to somebody's problem. Whether or not they know how to go about fixing it is another thing. There's always a solution.
It says in your obituary that you died of a lonely life. Were you lonely because you owed so much money to everybody and everybody hated you? I wouldn't hate somebody if they owed me money. I wouldn't be pleased, but I wouldn't hate them.
EVP session in the kitchen,
Original part.
original part.
Jim, you
So
cold?
your last minutes. Huh?
You cold?
No.
Standing over the heater.
These are your last minutes to come out and talk to us, give us some kind of indication or message that you may want to perhaps relate to Steve and the rest of the historic crew. I'm sure that you have to be happy with their outcome of preserving this wonderful house and their efforts behind it all. I think that you should give them a thanks on doing that. You must be happy at what they done for you. Back in the 60s and 1960s, they wanted to tear this building down and make it a road, an off-ramp to a throughway to 84, not too far from here.
Oh, sorry. Bench.
All you have to do is step in front of one of those green lights. I'm sure you know your colors. Step right in front of one of those meters. That's all you have to do. That's all we ask. Light them up one last time for us before we leave. Were you just fumbling with something?
I did, I put my thing down.
All right.
I took my recorder off and put it down over there.
I know a lot of things today may seem strange in the year that you probably think it is. This is the year 2012. Things change. Things modernize. We have running water, we have electricity, plumbing.
Almost 300 years from your time.
What was that?
I was stepping on this thing and it kind of moved, but
No, it sounded like a bang again. Guys just hear like chatting.
I can't hear a thing. I got my hood up.
I didn't hear anything.
My headphones
What
on.
did you hear?
Like chatting.
Where'd you hear it from?
Here, possibly from behind me. But we have acres of land and nobody's outside.
There's double pane windows too there. You see something over there once in a while, Jim?
I do.
Yeah,
Like
me
a
too.
shadow or something.
Yeah, it's blocking that little light in that corner out.
Yeah. What was that?
What?
You didn't hear that tap?
I heard
No.
that, but it sounded like someone stepping.
No, it wasn't that. It was very light.
And I didn't move
And
any
it kind of
boards
sounded
here.
like it came from out of here,
And there's no boards
Where?
in here.
from back there, out of that room. It sounds like somebody was walking around in here.
It's weird.
I mean, I know that we're you know, with our weight, the old wide plank floors and stuff like that, I know that we're tend to, you know, make creaks and cracks here and there, but we're not out here. Feel free to do so. None of this can hurt you or harm you in any way. Those aren't our intentions.
Excuse me, Jimmy. Did you guys hear a knock?
I heard, yeah, I
Like
heard,
a wooden knock.
yeah, I heard like a tick or
Tick,
knock
tick,
or
but
But it
something.
sounded like a wood.
None of,
Mike's, Jimmy's probably saying, what the hell?
You still down here? You wanna go over there?
Okay, we've come through our EVP session. I'll have to check it when I get home.
can you come sit next to me, please?